Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you clicking on this video to find out what book is next. And I will not keep you waiting. Okay, let's go ahead and get right on into it. This book is called The Two Lives of Sara by Adel West. And this is the cover of the book. It is so pretty. It's very eye-catching. Whoever did the graphics did a wonderful job. It's eye-catching. It's beautiful. Good work. So let's go ahead and get on into this goodness. This is the sequel to Saving Ruby King. And I did a review on that book as well. You can scroll back to July 2021 review and watch it. Or better yet, I will have that review connected to this video for you so you can get to the prior video a little bit easier. I said in that prior video that I wanted to know what happens next. So here it is, okay? So you can read the first book to get up to speed if you want the full backstory. So Saving Ruby King is the first half of this journey, okay? This current book, The Two Lives of Sara, can stand on its own. However, the references to the past will leave you wondering what the full previous story was. So this current book does make references to things that occurred in the first book. In this current book, Sara has left Chicago with the assistance of her friends. She arrives in Memphis where her son Lebanon is born, and they stay at what I would call a boarding house. Nowadays, it would be called like a deluxe Airbnb or hostel. Sara is going to earn her keep by working for Mama Sugar. Sara gets familiar with her surroundings and the people of the town. She believes nothing good is going to come of her life in the ways most people come to expect and hope for. Sara has her guard up but falls in love despite her inner protests. She keeps people at bay with her outward hardness, all the while on the inside sparks of love are blooming. Sara takes us on a journey with the following characters. Lily Mae, aka Mama Sugar, with her commanding presence. Mama Sugar shows strength, wisdom, love, and care to her boarders and family. When Mama Sugar speaks, you listen, and when she puts you in your place, you'd be right smart to stay there, okay? They call her Mama Sugar, but she has a whole heap of spice as well. Do not cross Mama Sugar, or the spice will singe your eyebrows, okay? Mr. Vanellis is Mama Sugar's husband. He is a sweet man. He understands that Mama Sugar is the master of her domain, and he supports and protects her. Mr. Vanellis is a quiet man, a patient man. And then there is William, who is a Mama Sugar's grandson. And William is smart, sweet, and has a bright future ahead of him with the right coaching. William has taken a piece of Sara's heart for his own. Sara is like the big sister or like motherly figure adjacent. Then there is Lebanon, Sara's son. He is just a little thing in this story, but holds a great presence. He is loved by all and has grown to love the community he is being raised in. Then there is Jonas. He is an educator at the local school, William's teacher. Jonas believes education and knowledge is power. and young minds need to be cultivated and nourished for a flourishing future. Jonas gives William extra attention, requiring extracurricular assignments because he sees a thirst for knowledge and spark of great things to come from William. And so he has invested his time in William. Then there is Amos. Amos is William's father. Amos is a gambler and drunkard. He isn't even trying to be the best father to William. Amos spends most of his time causing trouble he can't get himself out of. And this trouble has high cost and affects his family greatly. Then there is Mr. Morgan and his wife Cora. Mr. Morgan is a physician. Cora is his wife. And they are a fixture in the community and in the lives of the aforementioned characters. Cora has an uppity air about her, but once you peel back the onion, you might be surprised with a little bit of sweetness. Mr. Morgan is obviously the physician, as I said, and he's a nice, sweet man. Obviously educated because he's a physician, well known and respected in the community. There are a smattering of guests that reside at the Scarlet Poplar that Mama Sugar owns and operates, and they bring a little bit of comedy and unity to the story. The story brings the feeling of community being really just that for each other. Community, support, and, that found family. There is love, tragic loss, healing, and rebuilding wrapped up in this story. You see Sara begin to open herself up to the community members and how she impacts them and vice versa. And Lebanon is showered with love by the strangers that become his found family. There's tragic loss of 2 community members and the unfolding of how that came to be. The author takes you on the next phase of Sara's life, and I am so here for it. I can't wait for part 3. Okay, I can't wait. I hope it's coming. She is faced with more difficult decisions and tragic loss amongst feelings of love and finding what could truly be her home, her tribe, her village. We see Sara find home and love and how she responds to it. Now, I listened to the audiobook, even though I do have the physical copy. I listened to the audiobook because, as I've said like 101 times, it just allows you to go about your daily task and still listen to a good read. And so that is what I did. I listened to the audiobook version, and I didn't realize it was the sequel for a minute. Like, I didn't read, the back of the book or the inner folds. I literally saw the cover of the book and thought, oh, I think I want to read that. So when I actually got it, I listened to the audiobook version, so I didn't even open up the book. And after a little bit, I was like, this sounds familiar. And then it dawned on me, oh, okay, this is the sequel to the other book. Okay. And so this book can stand alone. However, I would say read the first book first, because then you'll be able to, connect with Sara and know her full story so far. And you will be able to see where she is coming from a bit better in the current book. Having that background will allow you to make the connections of why Sara feels and behaves as she does. The narrator did an excellent job bringing the story to life. The narrator captured each character's personality and kind of brought that out. I enjoyed listening to the story so much. The story had me laughing. I was shocked. I was rejoicing. I cried. I mean, there was literally at one point I just felt a little heartbroken. Okay, and I cried. Yes, I'm kind of a crybaby in that way. And I just had that feeling of like, don't do it. Just don't do it. Don't do it. Please don't do it. And yeah, I'm not going to tell you more. You have to read the book to find out which parts prompted those reactions, okay? Gotta read it. There were some intense moments for sure, okay? And so Sarah has gone through some tough stuff. And she's still standing. She's still standing. The author gave us a cliffhanger, so I want to know what happens next, please. So have another book coming. Like, don't make us wait a whole nother year. Like, I hope you have the next one like ready for us, okay? Because you got me hooked, okay? There are no discussion questions provided in the book. Some topics of discussion can be how one acclimates to new surroundings and people. Like, how quickly do you make friends and create a support network? What does family look like to you? The topic of adoption and what that looks like for all the parties involved. A conversation on the importance of education and cultivating minds. And is the school system doing enough of that, or are we just kind of teaching like basics? Are we instilling forward thinking, outside the box thinking, just promoting more than what's in the school textbook? So that could be a topic of discussion. And without giving too much away, Sarah makes a decision that is similar to one Mama should have made. And I just thought, like, did Sarah not just see how this decision could cause resentment and possibly negative outcomes despite her well intentions? Like, did you not just see what could happen? But that would be a good hot topic. And yes, you'll have to read the book to find out what decision that is and what led up to that decision being made, okay? But yes, that would be a good part of the book to dissect. The topic of how hard it can be to let people in after traumatic events have happened and what a healing process could look like, okay? The topic of gambling and alcohol addiction and the effect it has on the person and other people associated with them. Those are just a few to get you started with the conversation. I am sure once you've read the book, you could have some other topics of discussion and be able to dissect the book a little bit more in conversation. I can't get too deep because I don't want to tell you or give any spoilers. I want you to go read the book for yourself and then you tell me what you think, okay? Maisie Card, the author of These Ghosts Are Family, wrote this heartfelt novel about a survivor trying to build new life among a found family cuts deep. West has woven a rich story filled with warmth, faith, and hope, while also incisively exploring the limits of resilience. I wholeheartedly agree with that assessment of the book. I do. The story has highs and lows. It is wonderfully written. There are some warnings to give. There is some physical violence described in the book. There is death described in the book. Memories of Sarah's from the previous book that are kind of flashbacks. And those include some sexual abuse. There is some commentary on religion, and I think those are the blaring ones that I can think of. Like I said, this story can touch on your emotions, so those are kind of like the highlight triggers. And so I mean, I don't know everybody's triggers that watch these videos, so obviously I can't tell everybody what may trip them up in this book, but those are the major ones to take note of. You more than likely will have some emotions about some of the events that occurred in the book. Like I said, there were some very heartfelt moments, some very touching moments, some very shocking moments, some very sad moments, happy moments. So you kind of have a hodgepodge of emotion in the events that play out in this book. I mean, I have become invested. I want more. I need more. I want to know what happens next. I cannot wait to find out what is going to happen with Sara in this next book, hopefully to come very soon. The physical copy of the book is 309 pages, and the audiobook is 11 and a half hours, about 11 and a half hours. The book falls under the category of drama, which there is some drama in there. I'm going to wrap this review up with a passage from the book. And the passage in the book, I believe, is poignant to the story. This is a moment Sara is thinking back on the words her mother gave her. And so here it goes. It says, "I'm not going to tell you the world is a terrible place. Too many people say that, and it's not true. Well, not entirely. The world is good, and we have the chance to be the same. But you can't choose for people who they will be. Like people can't choose that for you. Be vigilant in this world, but be open. But if you run into someone who chooses poorly, who doesn't choose to be good, do what you must do, my love. Run, fight, most important, survive." Those were some deep words by her mother. I did give this book a 10 out of 10. If you have not read this book, go get it. I'm telling you, this is a good one. You won't be sorry. If you've read the book, tell me your thoughts. What did you think? If you have a different perspective, let me know what that is. Try not to give spoilers because there may be people that have not read it and we don't want to ruin the experience for them. Okay? And as always, thank you for watching these videos. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. As of now, I think there's like 67 subscribers, but I have over 3,000 views. So I'm not sure who's watching, but with that many views, you might as well subscribe, okay? Might as well. It's free. Don't cost you anything. Those numbers exist because of you, the viewers, and I thank you so much. And you can also click like, share, leave comments. I love comments. I do my very best to respond to comments. I do appreciate you so much for viewing, subscribing, clicking like, share, telling friends to come on over and take a gander. And until next time, keep turning the pages, my book lovers.